Well, looking down our street this morning, it's nothing special. It's just not raining. Kinda gray. We'll be talking about that in a few minutes when we try to see our sunrise in time lapse. Anyway, I think that the repair job I did here yesterday is probably about as, I guess, dried, you might say, as possible. I haven't used this very much, so I didn't know how much time I should allow. A couple of viewers indicated give it lots of time. Anyway, we did. So let's move everything around here, and I don't think we need the macro lens. We'll just have a look and see what it looks like. Okay, now I want to be careful that in my excitement and exuberance I don't break this. Now, I was expecting some batteries, but not so soon. But this is kind of light. I'd ordered some lithium batteries so that I could use them in the wintertime for the transmitters for the remote, the remote for the. I can't even open a box and talk at the same time. Now, what I was trying to say here is this, and that is that because it gets so cold here in Winnipeg in the wintertime, like minus 40 or colder sometimes, well, ordinary alkaline batteries do not work outside, at least not as well. And the sensors or the transmitters for the thermometers, I have two of them now, they often give out. And I also have a transmitter in my deep freeze. So, yeah, I've got three actually that are getting frozen. Now, mind you, the deep freeze, I believe, is only about minus 22 Celsius, whereas outside it can easily get to minus 40 or colder. Anyway, this has got to be the dullest knife I got. Yeah, it's the batteries. Okay. I expected them to be a little bit heavier than that. I don't know why. And I got 8 of the AA and 8 of the AAA. So I'm good for probably, I'm guessing, 3 or 4 winters. Probably more. In case you're wondering, why did I deliberately drop this? So that I can sync the sound. A sharp sound like that puts a spike on the audio file, and you can quite easily sync it up then later in post. Now, I would like to be able to see this fracture better than I'm actually looking at it right now. If you remember yesterday, I was saying something to the effect that we were probably going to have to maybe reinforce this from the other side. Yeah, I just can't see it even with my magnification hood here. So I think what I'm going to do is try and rig something up so that I can use the super macro. Now I know I could grab my microscope that is just right behind me and quickly look at it, but then I can't. Then you can't see it as well. And I got a feeling that in all likelihood you'd also like to see how much did that Revell glue, shrink. And should we be reinforcing it from the other side? Now, once again, I'm wasting a lot of time. I realize I'm wasting a lot of time. It's already 8 minutes after 12. I mean, the morning is gone, and I've done practically nothing. Oh, well, I took the tape off. Yeah, a lot of fooling around I do, isn't there? I'm sorry about that. If those of you who are started watching me 2.5 years ago when I was doing the Bismarck, and it was pretty well 90%, model ship building, and now that I'm halfway into the hood, I think we're probably about halfway through, maybe a little bit more. I'm just sort of. It's not that I'm losing interest. It's just that I'm finding that my interests are changing a little bit. And I want to do other things as well. So, so those of you who are disappointed in that, I'm sorry, but there's just nothing I can do about it. I was up really early this morning to get my camera going. I had it all set up and ready to go from last night already. And I started reading my comments, and I got a comment from a viewer who was telling me about an eclipse. So I Googled it, and sure enough, there's an eclipse, and what a coincidence it's when the camera's running right now. Unfortunately, it's cloudy again. Yeah, I'm trying to catch the sunrise. Just Murphy and the weatherman are hand in hand here. Don't know what to say. Maybe I should stop talking. Anyway, we'll keep trying. Eventually, we're going to get a nice sunrise here. Well, this is what I've come up with. And as I rotate it, it does not stay in focus. So, but we should be able to see, if I very carefully and slowly turn it here. Okay. Okay, it's going out of focus there. Oops. Okay. I'm not going to try to reinforce it. I'm just going to leave it the way it is and try not to break it. Look at the time. It's almost 2 o'clock. More time wasted just fooling around. Now, a moment ago I was looking at this thing and I was wearing my reading glasses too, and I had to look really close to see which end it was that got broke off. You really don't notice the fracture. It's this one right here that broke. And I was thinking, is it possible that when I was dumping this thing down into the tin like this, that possibly maybe I did it, you know. We like to blame the manufacturer, but it's quite possible that maybe I flexed it a little bit one way or the other too many times. And anyway, I think I'm just gonna put this in a nice safe place and see if we can move on here. Maybe we might have time to try and find our little ladder today. Well, with all this rain we've had, it made the grass grow, and the lawnmowers have been going like crazy today. Okay, A20, right there. But I think we're gonna call it quits for today, even though we didn't do a whole lot on the ship. Thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we'll be seeing you tomorrow on A20.